I think we are live. Kelsey Nicole's best friend, Megan Thee Stallion's best friend, Kelsey Nicole, and probably should say best friend like that. But either way, she did an interview, the first interview that she ever did ever since the whole incident. She finally did an interview and she said some things. Did she say as much as you would have liked her to say? Did the interviewers ask the right questions? Did anything come from it? We're going to break it down, what was said and what wasn't said. We're going to break that down because it's a long 2-hour interview. I'm going to try to piece together the important parts, and we're going to get into that. So be that as it may, strap on in. Let's get ready to go. Where's my intro? Let's get ready to go. Let's get it.
Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Sh0t Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
We have done so much, so little for so long. We are now qualified to do anything with nothing. Those are the words of Machismo TV. Make sure you go and subscribe. Hit the link that should be in the chat room. It should be circulating in the chat room. Make sure you go and hit that link. Subscribe. Some of the best male-centric content, highlight reels and clips on the internet, all put in one place. Make sure you go and subscribe to Machismo TV. Now, we are all gathered here today. To ultimately, I guess, peel off the scab of an old wound that should just go away. It should have went away, but Kelsey Nicole, the person who was there on the night that Megan Thee Stallion was shot or had glass fragments or stepped on a broken beer bottle. The stories are all over the place. They are wild. The night that happened, the one person who was there that would truly know what the hell went on was Meg's friend and somebody that Tori was also smashing. So it's nuance there. She never gave an interview. She's always just said vague things on social media. She actually did an interview. Actually did a long, lengthy interview. So it sets it up to where you would just naturally think that, okay, things are about to actually be said. Things are about to actually be discussed. Some important questions are going to be asked. And, information that's not in the context and the confines of a courtroom can actually, dot some I's and cross some T's. That's the things you want to know. That's what you think would be the case. But we about to look at whether or not that was actually the case, or did she still sit there for 2 hours and say a whole lot of nothing? We want to break that down. So let's get on into it. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to Aaron B. holding my nuts. The Clue channel in the building. Shout out to you. Shout out to Hood Conservative. Shout out to Truism. The Storm. Was that the Storm Crow? Shout out to you. Moral of the story. Definitely dodge daggles daily. Damn it. All right, I think I got it. That sounds acceptable. That sounds like an acceptable statement to me. But all right, let's go ahead and get into it. But before we get into the main topic, I do got one smaller topic to ease into before we get into the main topic. One smaller topic to get into, because I've been doing a little series, so to speak, on the thirst trapping chicks at the gym. Been doing a little series on that. So I'm going to kind of continue that just a little bit while I wait for some more people to get on in here. I'm going to do that very briefly, and then we're going to dive right into the main topic. Going to dive right into a main topic. So here we go. Where is it at? Okay, here we go.
Guy had been annoying her for weeks.
Were you scared in that moment?
Been annoying her for weeks. Kelsey
No.
tells me the guy had.
She said that the guy been annoying her for weeks. He came to talk to her. Now, we don't know if that story is true. We don't just believe their stories. But a guy walked up to a chick and she just gave a hard, "Don't come near me." We don't know what he's about to say. I typically say leave people alone at the gym. I typically say that. I've only had one situation where I've, had something going on with somebody that I met at the gym, and the woman basically started it and threw all the signals and opened the door for me to walk into it. Other than that, I just leave them alone. Completely 100% leave them alone. But that's what happened there. And it's going to go into the details. This chick is on Inside Edition. This was 2 years ago, before guys start recording their own side of the story and exposing that the chicks be lying. But let's run through this.
Kelsey tells me the guy had been annoying her for weeks.
Were you scared in that moment?
I was, yeah.
Chelsea is far from the only woman feeling hassled at the gym. This woman posted a YouTube video addressed to any knucklehead tempted to hit on a woman at the gym.
And you're like, I think she wants me. No.
In this YouTube video, a woman confronts a gym rat. She says,
All right, keep that one in mind. A guy having a crazy idea. I think this chick might like me. And then they're like, no, she doesn't. Okay. All right, cool. We're going to keep it. Okay, let's keep it going.
specs of taking a photo of her.
Well, here is one solution to the
You just heard a woman right there yelling and screaming at some guy to delete a photo that she thinks took a photo of her.
creepy gym guys problem. Here at Alana Life and Fitness in Brooklyn, New York, the rule is women only.
Oh, it's so packed in there. It's so packed in there. Then in the left-hand corner is packed with a woman that nobody is harassing at the gym. But never mind. All right, let's go.
And in a gym, I was actually there with my boyfriend, and I've had a man approach me and ask me out and, try to flirt with me, and that it just wasn't comfortable.
Women only workouts. One way to avoid a situation like this.
Don't come near me.
More than half of all female gym.
All right. And that's how they are. That's how they roll at the gym. Don't touch me. Don't talk to me. Don't say anything to me. Stay away from me. Don't look at me. If you look at me, it's harassment. If you look at me, it's this. But this is also them at the gym. Like, what the hell is she working on? What is the whole purpose, point, and moral of this story here? What's going on? She posted this. Didn't nobody catch her doing it. It's like so the whole gym creeper thing is just a big farce. The more you look into it, the more you see that it's chicks either begging for attention, mad because they not getting attention, courting attention, and then when they get incidental contact of attention, then they blow up and it's a whole problem. And then when someone comes with the solution of how about a gym with only women, nobody shows up. Nobody shows up. Y'all got any votes, any ideas of what she's working on? What does that work on? Anybody? Her twerk endurance? Like I don't know what this works on. You said run that back. I got you. Yeah, definitely had to run that back for you. All right, just want to get into that. I'm building a series of clowning the workout thirst trappers. I'm building a series on that. So I just had to touch on this really quick. Another thing real funny before I get into the main topic. And there's no rhyme or reason behind this. I just saw it and thought it was funny as hell. Let me know if you think this is dad of the year right here.
We just came from shopping at Sh0t. It's the only store that's open on 86th Street because my man here did so well on his test. He just wanted some hand lotion, and we went up and got it, but now they're closing.
Now, let me ask you. You got good marks, and you wanted hand lotion? I guess because it's cold, right?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Let's make sure our hands stay a little moist.
But that was a close one.
Why does that young man need hand lotion? Because he got good grades in school. I'm a firm believer in rewarding a child if they got good marks in school. I don't know why this young man wanted hand lotion as his reward for getting good grades at school, but good on the dad for trying to provide the kid with what he wants and needs to keep him encouraged and motivated to continue pressing forward and getting good grades at school. Absolutely. All right. Just felt the need to share that with y'all. If y'all know any reason other than the obvious reason why good old dad got the boy some hand lotion for getting good grades at school, let me know. Let me know. I'm just saying. Oh, and I almost forgot this one. I keep saying we're going to get into the main topic, but I keep forgetting. I had something else here. Hold on. This is important because I just talked about how women at the gym. Like I said, I'm putting together a little thirst trap series. Talked about the women at the gym. Now, the women that yell and scream, "Don't come near me." Okay. Where's that at? Right there. This is also women at the gym. Look at this. Oh, I'm gonna have to get hit with a World Star commercial.
These two girls grabbed my butt in the gym, then laughed at me when I got upset. They tried to act like I was tripping when I wasn't okay with it.
Yeah, I saw that right.
I got upset. They grabbed my butt in the gym, then laughed at me.
Compare and contrast the one guy making a statement to a woman, which was followed by a "Don't come near me," where these women are full-blown touching a man on his butt.
When I got upset, they tried to act like I was tripping when I wasn't. Grabbed my butt in the gym, then laughed at me when I got upset. They tried to act like I was tripping when I wasn't okay with it.
Now, nobody's going to light a candle or shed a tear for men being sexually harassed or groped. And in many ways, men are a lot like the women in that regard, where if it was some hot chicks that was touching on him, he wouldn't have cared. Just like if she was attracted to the dude that came and talked to her when she said, "Don't come near me," she wouldn't have cared if she was attracted to him. It's like, that's how it goes. But I think men need to start trying to prosecute to the full extent of the law on all the women that infringe upon their personal space and boundaries, or whatever the soft, pansy sounding words and lingo and language is about, your boundaries and you didn't feel safe and you thought this was a safe space where you could, feel comfortable and whatever the words that we need to adopt that language and start prosecuting to the full extent of the law. We definitely need to do that. But now, without further ado, let me get finally now to the main topic. Forgive me. Taking a little minute to get it pulled up. Forgive me. All right, here we go. All right. And I left room right there when I put this together for banners. This left room at the bottom so the banners don't get in the way of the video. So feel free to put banners up right there, RM. All right. Now let's get into this. This is obviously the chick who was there in question, the chick who many people allege, based off my understanding of the whole trial and everything, this is a person who I think actually did it, even though there are conflicting stories. But one consistent story is that her and Meg was fighting, and she went to the car. Only person whose story don't sound like this is Meg Thee Stallion story, but everybody else sounds more or less like she went to the car and got a weapon. There was based off of another eyewitness, it was a flash that came from the car after the girl went to the car to get the weapon. And then sometime later, I think it was more fight or scuffle between all of them. And I think Tory did get his hands on it based off of one eyewitness, and that's where he was stupid. Some people said, some reports said the eyewitness said he shot in the air. Some said he just shot wild and randomly, and it sounded like he could have possibly did it. It's a conflicting story, but one thing is consistent. They was fighting over a dude, and this chick fired the first shot with intent. That's what most of the stories come, kind of coalesce around based off everything that I researched with it. So it was an odd situation. She asked for immunity, just giving a little backstory of the trial, but you haven't really formally spoke about it. Now, this is an interview. Now, really quick, let me make sure we understand something here. This is something that got to be understood. When you look at this guy here, if you remember this face, before I start playing it, you got to remember this face. This was the guy who, y'all remember when Brittany Renner went on that podcast and showed the hell out? This was the guy whose podcast it was. When she went on there, she was throwing bottles, spilling water on their equipment, was throwing stuff, was being violent. And the guy that was sitting there really uncomfortable, not knowing what to do, that was him. Kelsey said that she chose them because she literally said, because y'all not aggressive and I felt safe and comfortable. Basically, she found, reading between the lines of what she said, she found weak men who wasn't going to ask the right questions to do this long interview with. That's just my interpretation of it. But let's play ball.
Is that the one recently?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me get back to where I was at. All right.
I wish I had me a circle of friends that I can just go, let's go have some wine. Let's go do something. But I don't, it's hard. It's hard to make those.
See, right now they asking her, softball questions like, what is it like trusting people after all of this? It's coming off like a real left hand talking to the right hand sock puppet conversation. Like I said, when Roland Martin was talking to the Tiffany Henyard, left hand talking to the right hand sock puppet conversation. That's what it came off as. A few things were said. We're going to get into it, but let's go.
Those connections. And there might be genuine people that really want to get to know Kelsey and be my friend and genuinely
good for you.
Want good for me. But I don't know that because of the fear of, just the betrayal that I pushed those people out.
Yeah, giving somebody that power again.
Exactly. So I've definitely been inside.
Has that affected your drinking too?
The drinking, I don't.
Because
that night affected my drinking.
Right.
And I say that because I learned that shit is the devil.
What?
I'm for real. Like,
damn.
I'm serious.
Already right there, they're letting her get away with the blame it on the alcohol defense without asking the tough questions. That's all. You already can see that happening.
Serious. I mean, if you know how to, there was a time where we was turning up.
Right.
Y'all knew us as the hot girls, drive the boat.
Oh yeah, drive the boat.
We was pushing that. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to a point where alcohol, takes over and you become a different person, it's time to let that shit go. Everybody's lives that night changed. So I don't even understand how you could still
have a
drink,
taste for that.
Have a taste for it, want to get drunk, any of that. You know what I'm saying?
I guess what you said makes sense though. You obviously know more of who she is than possibly even she knows when it comes to that, because a lot of us don't recognize our demons. We kind of try to push it under the rug, like, I'm not really like this.
Right.
That's only when I
drink. Right. You have to have. It takes to be able to have the ability.
No. Holding my nuts, you ain't lying. You ain't lying with that question. I've never noticed that about her. Maybe, she what did Hulk Hogan used to say, them 32-inch pythons or whatever. Like, her arms, those arms are looking quite large and quite swollen. And no, you're not tripping. You're not tripping at all asking that question. I don't know, what's going on. Well, actually, I do know what's going on. What happens a lot of the times, like, and I don't even know her surgical record. When chicks gain weight, they get big. Their arms get fat. One thing that is hard to lose with chicks is when that fatness around the arms, them arms just stay fat forever. What a lot of them end up doing is they get snatched at the waist via surgery. And then after the surgery has them all, tightened up in the waist area, but they upper body, they shoulders and they arms still got, the same proportions that they had when they were fat. It really just make them look like they start looking like retired NFL linebackers. That's what they start looking like. That upper body just big and meaty, but they still smaller at the waist and the stomach area. They be looking like they played in the NFL, or like you say, a wrestler. But them retired linebackers that be sitting there in them real tight suits, pudgy, doing a analysis and everything. That's how these chicks be built, for real. So that's the thing. That's the thing. She looking like she looking like one of them linebackers. But all right.
Ability to recognize those things. I'm so thankful that I was able to see that. I want to say maybe 2 times after that night, I got drunk out of being emotional, right? And I think it was my birthday. My birthday was a month after that incident. And maybe
see, it's a lot of letting her talk going on without good questions being
one
asked.
more time. And I'm like, nah, this can't keep happening. You know what I'm saying?
Not the same.
You get so drunk, you turn into this different person. You wake up the next day, you don't know what the fuck went down. You know what I'm saying? It's a scary thing. So nah, I can't. I'm good on getting drunk. I'm good on all that. Like,
and like as we start walking back into the light in this specific conversation, I wanted to close that portion off with, there was an apology, and you seem like a very genuine person. Do you?
When I would hold on really quick, shout out to, I believe D-Rock Den just came through on the Cashapp end. Shout out to everybody who support the stream. Greatly appreciate y'all. D-Rock Den came through, dropped $5 on the Cashapp. Do greatly appreciate it. All right.
An apology, and you seem like a very genuine person. Do you, when you think about the 2 individuals, Tori and Megan, I would imagine, by the way you carry yourself, you don't even want the worst for them. You probably genuinely want the best for them still.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's like a good or a bad thing. Because some people would ask, like, people that I've had these conversations with, like within my family, how can you still have sympathy for them? You know what I'm saying?
That's a PR team generated question. That's we're going to write the questions and we're going to give them to you, and then you ask the question. Now, maybe that is just the question that he asked, but either like the dude is like, either being the worst interviewer ever, or he's just, or he's just that if you come on my show, I'm in camp with you. I'm not going to ask any questions that's going to challenge you or make you have to really force to say something. It's a lot of, bring up Meg, bring up Tori, then pull and how does that make you feel type of question. It's a lot of aim. Like I explained in the brief moment that I was selling cars, this acknowledge, ignore, then move on. That's what aim is. It's an acronym. Like you acknowledge the situation, but you're ignoring it and you keep just moving forward past it to create the illusion that something was addressed. Like, what happened that night? Why did you get why did you get immunity? They're like very specific, detailed situations, very specific, detailed stuff.
I guess that's, like I said, my heart. People fuck up. Some mistakes you truly can't come back from, and you have to face consequences to some of the actions that that you do. But prior to that night, this was my sister, my best friend, and he was a friend to us. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, alcohol turned you into a different person.
Yeah.
I know, sober, this is not who you are. So yeah, there is a part of me still that is like, nah, I hope everything works out for her. And, with his situation, it's unfortunate, but hopefully, he can overcome that.
Yeah. And there's no one.
And one thing about it is like, I mean, I give her credit in this regard. I mean, they're talking around it, but overall, her handling of it being in a odd situation where it's a good chance that she probably was the one who actually did it. She was in a tough situation where she could have just boldly, bluntly said Tori did it and just said exactly what Meg said. So I do want to point that out, that I do give her credit. One theory is she didn't just flat out. One theory is Tori actually did it, but she didn't say that because she either got paid or there was some threats. That's one theory. The other theory is a theory that I think is more evidence for, is that she definitely fired the first shot. And Meg blamed Tori. And all the evidence do look for me, based on the evidence I've seen, it do look more like that was the situation, because his overall involvement in it, and one of the eyewitnesses said that he did end up wrestling the gun from them, and unclear about what happened after that. But the beef, the true situation was between the two women. Dude got in the middle of it. Should have stayed out of it. If one of them get shot, they get shot. That's what should have happened. So, but either way it go, they could have got on just a 100% united front and just blamed them together. But she didn't do that. She played in that middle, in that immunity, pleading the fifth. I'm not on trial here. I don't want to incriminate myself. Give me immunity. I tell you what happened. As long as I know I'm not going to be charged for the things that I say. She was playing that game, which I respect that. But what I don't like is, after the fact, it's like, if you're going to do an interview, don't set it up with interviewers who not going to ask the right questions. That's the part that's annoying here, because they just pussyfooting around asking the right questions.
That has gone through more than you. And it is the media. It's what they say. And, oh, well, she said this, so this happened. Oh, well, you pled the fifth the whole way, so you have to be a bad person now.
Right.
What is that? How do you feel when you hear that stuff?
Are
you able to shut it out?
I am now. Of course, in the beginning, it was like it's a hard thing to truly accept what everybody's.
You have to be a bad person. The media. It's what they say. And oh well, she said this, so this happened. Oh well, you pled the fifth the whole way, so you have to be a bad person now.
Right.
What is that? How do you feel when you hear
You see that? Then he asked the question like, "You pled the fifth." People, the media are depicting it as you pled the fifth, so you must be a bad person or you must have done something wrong. So how does that make you feel that's the perception? No, the right question is why did you need to plead the fifth? Like it's like the right questions are not being asked in this interview.
Hear that stuff.
You
able to shut it out?
I am now. Of course, in the beginning, it was like it's a hard thing to truly accept what everybody's, I guess their opinions on how I might have did certain things, right? But at the end of the day, I have a son I have to raise. I am a regular person. I am not a celebrity. I have a life I have to live. I have a family. I have to move forward with my life. And I have to do what's best for Kelsey.
Remember what I told y'all about AIM, acknowledge, ignore, then move on. Like this interview is going as if she trying to do PR, like she got her own album coming out and she just want to clean her name and get her name in circulation and address the issue that's circulating out there so she can move on to some other project or something. That's what this is looking like. That's what this is looking like. Now, Body Thug is saying that Tory did it. Now, here's the deal. Based off everything that I looked at, some of the people who, who was close to it, who was in the trial, who was there in the courtroom, said that one eyewitness gave a very weird, conflicting story. This is a person who was able to see it from his patio. He gave a conflicting story where he said two women were fighting. One of the women went to the car, and then after she went and reached in the car, it was a flash, like a muzzle flash, like a gunshot that came from there. And then then they said that the short man, that would be Tory, came and wrestled the gun or wrestled the gun away from the women. And then he said that the short man also fired the gun. The reason that's a conflicting story because the person who's somebody's doorbell or ring camera or whatever the hell heard the gunshots and they sound more like, wrestle. Darth Low IQ. Wrestle. That's right. I said it right. I said it how I said it. The audio of the alleged shots, it rung off like pow, 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 and didn't sound like all the story that the eyewitness told. So it's like you don't know what happened. You don't know. Yes, the Max Trucker, he called him the short man. That's how he described him. This was an impartial witness. He didn't know who Tory Lanez. He was a foreigner. He had an accent. He didn't know who Tory Lanez was. He was like, it was two women. It was a big man that was like the bodyguard or security dude or whatever. It was a big man and a big man and a short man. That's what he called it. So obviously short man was Tory, big man was the other dude. The two women was Kelsey and Megan. Like that's what was happening. And we couldn't see cameras in the short room of him describing how Tory's shot was, but I saw one person who was in the courtroom, that lawyer for hires dude. He said that Tory was shooting like this. Hold on. He said that the guy said Tory was shooting like kind of like wild like that, like he was trying to like shoot in the air, break it up. Then I saw another guy who was in the courtroom. And he said that the guy said Tory was shooting more like this, or like more like this. So I don't know what happened, but either way, he got himself involved in it based off that eyewitness. So it's he did enough to where he should have been guilty of something, but they didn't have conclusive enough evidence for him to get charged with the assault with a firearm or something like that. That was inconclusive. But which was conclusive is that, yeah, possession and reckless firing of a firearm or whatever the other two lesser charges was. He definitely should have got on the lesser charges, but the charge that says the first charge, the assault with a firearm or something like that, that charge, that's the charge that literally says Tory Lanez shot Megan Thee Stallion. He probably should have not been found. He probably should have been found not guilty on that one, given the full totality of everything and the story and everything that built up to it, and how there was another person who eyewitness said fired a gun, and now this person is pleading the fifth and asking for immunity and all of that. Like, that's enough to say he wasn't guilty of the main charge, but they could have got him on the two lesser charges. I would have been 100% okay with that. I would have said the system was fair. I would have said the system was absolutely 100% fair had they just got him on the lesser two charges. That is my understanding of it. So in Body Thug, when you say Tory did it, it ain't just definitive that he did it. But I've come to the point where I say that's not an absolutely reprehensible position to hold. At first, until that eyewitness said what they said, it was like, he ain't do it at all. After I heard that, then I moved to sort of like a 50-50 stance where I don't know. I'll say that.
There was no protection for Kelsey. It was none of that. I'm out here by myself. I'm very accessible. So people can take what they want from that, but I have to protect Kelsey. You know what I'm saying? And, people can form whatever opinion they want. I get it. It doesn't, like, why would you do that? But, until somebody walks in my shoes or goes through something like that I went through in front of everybody, they wouldn't understand.
No, they can't. There's no way.
Hell no, that shit's crazy.
There's no way.
And it's like it's a constant reminder. Somebody is always, like, it seems like it's dying down, and then boom, there's another story, and then boom, another story. Now you got Whack 100, who is infamous for always putting some storyline about somebody out there. Now you have him saying, well, there's a video that's out there, and the video shows this, and it shows that. What do you have to say about that specific instance?
Well, she talks about that video that Whack 100 is saying that's out there. I'm going to pull up the video. I'm going to play her talking about it. I'm going to pull up the video of Whack 100 talking about how there's a video out there that shows what really happened. But all right, and he's saying that the people, the authoritors, suppressed that video. But I'm about to pull that up real quick.
When he said that many times, but I think he recently said that. When was that, like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And he said it's going to come out in a few days. Where's the video? Where's the video? And hopefully there is a video, because guess what that's going to do? Clear the fuck out of my name. Shit, I wish there was a video. I'm sure there was a video. I'm positive there was a video. There had to have been one. How you're in LA, you're in Hollywood.
Yeah.
My bad.
Around rich ass, in a rich ass neighborhood.
Yeah.
Nobody got the footage. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I hope a video does come out. Until then, like, shit, leave me the fuck alone. Because I don't know what y'all saying. Y'all saying the video what's this video supposed to show? It's gonna show the real. And it's gonna make people feel bad for me for real. Because they gonna see. You know what I'm saying? But shit, with the way AI and all that shit is set up.
Oh man.
I be like, motherfucker.
And she putting out an asterisk. I want the video to come out. I want it to come out. Let the video come out. But if it do show me doing it's AI. It's like that sounds like an OJ Simpson. If I didn't do it, but if I did, this is that sounds like that OJ Simpson type of stuff right there. But I'm trying to find. All right, here we go. Almost couldn't find it, but now I got it. Let me just pull out the video of with Whack 100 talking about right there, where he is stating that there's a video for those of you who are unaware of that. All right. Gotta fast forward to this through this dude talking and just get right to the video. It's saying right here somewhere. Hold on.
My legal is now. It wasn't even strong enough to. And still, people saying, "Nah, he did it." We still don't know what happened. He didn't take the stand. Sh0t lied to King Gail. Oh Lord, let's get into this, man. Let's get into this.
Say is this: when the video come out that the DA tried to suppress, that my legal is now involved in, there will not be a no more Meg Thee Stallion. The appeal is coming. When the video comes out from the little Asian girl that followed them from the time they saw him arguing in the car, that the DA tried to suppress and threaten their family with all kind of other shit. Shout out to the private investigators. I want to see what the Meg Thee Stallion fans are going to say then. I want to see, are y'all going to counsel her for lying and putting that black man in jail? We're going to see.
I mean, if she's lying and she needs to go to jail.
She needs to go to jail.
All right. That's what he's saying is out there. Y'all can take that with a grain of salt. He did say that he's waiting for some legal stuff to transpire properly before he could truly put it all out there. Shout out to Team Fatty in the building. Salute. Shout out to Fatty. He gifted 5 memberships. I don't even know exactly how that works, but I think when you gift them, I think it's random or it's something that you need to click on. If it's something you need to click on, hurry up and grab it and you become a channel member, because a lot of the live stream shows do go straight to members only, and all of the live stream classics are on members only right now, because it was like just so much unclean stuff that I just wanted to not have on the public face of YouTube, so somebody could find something that somebody else said on my stream that was absolutely reprehensible and get me hacked off of the platform. So I just put all that in the back. I may upload, make some of it public again, but at the end of the day, a lot of classic streams, they're on members only. So definitely become a member or grab those free memberships. Well, not free because Fatty's paying for them. Shout out to Fatty. Much respect. All right. Let's get back into it. All right. Do. Here we go. Getting back into it. Yeah, this is, where she's blaming the AI. For when the video does come out. Blame it on the AI. It was blaming it on the alcohol, then it was blaming it on the AI. She blaming it on the alcohol and the AI. That's what she's doing. He's saying unlock them panel ARC streams. Yeah, I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do with that, how I'm going to spin and how I'm going to play that. Part of the main reason why I took a lot of the live stream down, because I was strictly trying to focus on pre-recorded content, YouTube friendly, YouTube clean pre-recorded content. I wanted that to be the only content that they push out through the algorithm. I didn't want them pushing out the live streams. I was trying to, and I'm still going to get back to working on that, building, facilitating a pre-recorded, more shorter formatted, type of content audience. I'm still going to work on that. But I was experimenting with it tough. So I just got all the live streams taken down, but I probably will get back on that and try to do them both. But I'm back streaming. The stream is back. We making a slowly but surely come back. But all right. Let's dig back into it.
You know what I'm saying? But shit, with the way AI and all that shit is set up.
Oh man.
I'd be like, motherfucker, if y'all AI generate, if that's even possible.
Yeah, I'd be thinking about that all the time.
Yeah, you said it.
That shit is crazy. It's dangerous. You can literally create a
And oh, by the way, those of you who did receive, who grabbed one of those memberships that Fatty just gifted, shout yourself out in the chat room. Let it be known. Let it be known that you got it. Thank Team Fatty for it, and shout yourself out. Let it be known.
conversation with somebody's voice and make them, make them say something that they didn't really say, and it sounds like you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, we live in a different world now.
It's dangerous.
But it's definitely different.
But I understand that. Of course, it shit like that bothers me. But I also understand that people gotta keep their algorithm going, and they gotta stay in the headlines and shit like that. So it is what it is. I know the truth. Everybody involved knows the truth, and that's just what it is.
Now
okay, how do you let a person who was in this polarizing of a situation come on your podcast and say, I'm not worried what people are saying because I know the truth? How does any interviewer worth their salt does not have the immediate next question? So Kelsey, what is the truth? She just said she know the truth. Okay, so what is the truth about what happened that night? How do you not do that? The only way I could say that is if they talked in advance that you can't ask a direct question about what happened that night. Like I said, left hand talking to the right hand sock puppet conversation.
Let's get to the love.
Hey, the love?
The light.
Oh, the light.
The light. Let's get to the light. Let's walk into the light a little bit.
Yeah. And like right now, a little bit more was said in the interview. I'm put the link in the chat for somebody to come up and give your thoughts on this, because keeping it 100 with y'all, I wasn't gonna cover this because I was like, this is not it was a BS interview. Keeping it 100 with y'all, I was not gonna cover it because it was a BS interview where a lot was said but nothing was said. So I wasn't even going to cover it, but I just figured, what the hell? Might as well talk about the interview that it was or wasn't. might as well discuss that. I put the link in the chat room. You can give your thoughts on that. I thought that I had given my final take on the whole Tory Lanez thing. I probably won't formally talk about it again unless a video comes out. My official position is that it was 3 charges. He should have got found guilty for 2 of them, but not the main one. Not the main one that explicitly explicitly, I think that's a contradiction in terms, but the one that more or less says that he basically shot her. That one he shouldn't have been found guilty on. While you got a star witness pleading the 5th and asking for immunity when she tells what actually happens. When you got the star witness asking for immunity and refusing to enunciate the words that Tory did it. And that star witness is also the person who initially was in a fight with the victim. Victim. With air quotes. When that person was the person who was initially in the fight with the victim, and witnesses can say that they believe they saw a woman fire a gun, but this woman is asking for immunity to say what happened, which means they wouldn't be able to lock her up for what she says, even if it's something that's incriminating to herself. If that's not enough right there to give a not guilty verdict on the assault with a deadly weapon for Tory Lanez, I don't know what is. Give him 1 year, 2 years, smack on the wrist for the other stuff, whatever. But nah. So that's where they absolutely played the hell out of a Tory on that one. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that one. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that one. But the link is in the chat if anybody want to come up and have their say on this, on the interview that I don't want to say the interview that wasn't, or the non-interview, but these guys, like I said, to reiterate something from earlier, like she all but said that she chose them because she knew that they were going to play softball with her. That she basically literally said that. I knew, she said, y'all are not aggressive. I did my research. Basically, she knew that this is going to be the safe space interview. And it's crazy because she said Rolling Stones, big major publications, major top flight publications wanted to interview with her. Like, it was a brief moment where she was the hottest interview on earth, and she told everybody no. She told them yes for that reason, so she can have this little cakewalk interview, so she could talk for 2 hours and say nothing. Like that was essentially what happened. KP from I can always mess up your name. KP from KC5 says, I don't trust her, and I don't blame you. I don't blame you, even though I can, I can give her props just for the simple fact, just on the simple basis that she had an opportunity to full blown 100% absolve herself by just simply saying Tori did it, and she didn't. So I will give her some props on that one. That is one that we cannot knock her for. But shout out to Salty Balls in the building, dropping $50 on the Cash App. I do greatly appreciate that. Appreciate you coming through hard and heavy handed as usual. And while we're right here in the moment, I'm gonna go ahead and
Suck on my chocolate salty balls. Put them in your mouth. Put them in your mouth and suck them and suck them.
shout out to that one. But I was also going to play the Machismo TV commercial.
Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Sh0t Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
Shout out to Machismo TV. The link to that is in the chat room. Make sure you go and subscribe to that, the best male-centric clips channel in the business. All the great content that you see all over YouTube. They put it all in one spot over there, so make sure you go and check out Machismo TV. But the other thing that that definitely got to get into, he's saying that she's lying. Interview of compliance. It was something else that I saw in the chat room. Nah, she don't want to be friends with Megan. Well, I mean, I'm sure. Who wouldn't? I mean, I assume it's beneficial to be Megan Thee Stallion's friend if you're a chick. Who I don't know, but I don't know the deal. She didn't really say that. She didn't really say that through the interview. I do look at this damn near like I watched the whole interview. I feel like it was a situation where, and I don't want to hate on nobody's platform and them getting their clicks and views, but I did kind of feel like I watched it so y'all won't have to, because I know that it's a situation where you look at it and you instantly think that something is going to be said or a right question is going to be asked, and some answers and things that been missing, some missing puzzle pieces was going to be put in place in this interview. It's like your knee-jerk reaction is to think that that's possible. It's to think that that's the case. And the fact of the matter is, you gear up to watch it. You gear up to watch it, and it's none of that. It's an interview of absolute 100% compliance. Those dudes, they got a nice production over there. But when it comes to having a female guest, the interviews be very, very weak and very passive, and the chick basically gets away with murder, and ain't no other way around that. But they're doing the damn thing as far as running an excellent show. I aspire to run a show that good, that clean someday. But shout out to everybody in the building that, or she just wants clout still. Very possible, very possible. Shout out to Black Thoughts in the building. Says it's beneficial if bullets are flying. Shout out to Leo Anthony said it would have been trending, but since it's not, I already know nothing was substantial. Said boom. Smart man. Smart man, because ain't no way in hell she said something and you wouldn't see it on all the damn blogs. Like, the blogs are practically boycotting this shit. So yeah, smart man right there. Definitely smart man right there. But all right, looks like nobody's coming up to have their say on this one, which is all good. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to Salty Balls dropping $50 on it. Shout out to D-Rock Den coming through on the Cash App end as well. Shout out to everybody supporting the stream. And special thanks and shout out to Fatty once again for dropping the 5 channel members, dropping the 5 gifting the 5 memberships to whoever the hell reached out and grabbed them. Shout out to each and every one of y'all. I do appreciate that. And one more time on the way out the door.
Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Sh0t Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here. Peace. We gone.